Lakewood, Colorado, Trailblazers Stadium getting ready for some outstanding Jefferson County lacrosse. And we've got two of the top 10 teams in the state of Colorado. It's going to be Class 5A MLAX action here in Lakewood. The Columbine Rebels hosting the Dakota Ridge Eagles coming up on Stream It Sports.
Playing the game for many years, and I decided I could either watch from the couch or get on the field and become part of the game.
I became a judge because it was a natural transition from being a gymnast to coach, now judge.
I love the large crowds, the excitement of the game, and you know what? I got the best seat in the house.
Help these kids, help this community, become an official.
Another good wide shot look at Trailblazers Stadium. That's looking towards the east, away from the mountains here in the Denver metropolitan area. Mother Nature has blessed us. Start of the week, we had a horrible looking forecast. Right now, still 55 degrees. The guys have been warming up in shorts. We've had some drizzle, but no snow, no frigid weather. It's going to be a beautiful night for lacrosse, featuring the Columbine Rebels and the Dakota Ridge Eagles, a battle between two top 10 programs. Let's look at the resumes coming up here for the Dakota Ridge Eagles. You can see they are the only undefeated team in both classifications in the state of Colorado, just running the board, all W's and one to note. As you have conversations with James Foote, their second-year head coach, that win over Legend on April 3rd, they were down 9-2 at the 7-minute mark in that game and eventually won in overtime. Again, 11-0 is Dakota Ridge. Let's look at the resume and the track record for the Columbine Rebels. You see, their only loss is to the defending state champions in Cherry Creek. We had that game live here on Stream It Sports. Kind of a game that you must qualify if you were just hanging out together. They got jumped on early, and they were down 8-0, but eventually came back to make it a two-goal game. But the Rebels yielding just 4.4 goals per game, their only loss to Cherry Creek. So again, it's going to be Columbine under head coach Henry Salzbacher, first-year head man for the Rebels. They are ranked third in the CHASA rankings, number 2 in the RPI computations that will help dictate the upcoming seedings in the playoffs. The Dakota Ridge Eagles under second-year head coach James Foote, 11-0. They are ranked 9th in the CHASA rankings and 14 in the RPI. We'll take a break right now for a moment of silence and the anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please rise. And as most of you are well aware, 19 years ago today marked a very dark day, not only for Columbine High School, but for the entire country. As 2 gunmen went into Columbine High School, took the lives of a dozen innocent students and a beloved innocent teacher. At this time, we ask everyone to please join us in this moment of silence to remember those that were lost at Columbine on April 20th, 1999. Thank you. Now please remain standing for our national anthem.
What's up with the Broncos quarterback situation? Did you see that triple-double Nikola Jokic put up? And how about that walk-off home run at Coors Field last night? I'm Alexis Perry, and I've got all of those stories and more right here with the Denver Post Sports Minute. Stay up to date with the Broncos, Rockies, Nuggets, Avalanche, Rapids, and even college sports. You're busy, we get it. That's why the quick-hitting Denver Post Sports Minute is so easy to find. Just go to denverpost.com/video or like us on Facebook to have the Sports Minute on your newsfeed each and every day. Wherever you are, whenever you want it, watch the Denver Post Sports Minute 24/7 at denverpost.com.
Did you know the Denver Post has live audio broadcasts of high school sports games? Listen to the game of the week on Post Preps Radio. Go to denverpost.com/preps to find upcoming games or listen to archived coverage.
Return to Trailblazers Stadium. You witnessed the moment of silence. It is April 20th. With utmost sensitivity and respect, you heard the public address announcer, Devin Robb, without a script, because that's how dialed in he is. To April 20th, 1999, we remember Columbine. Let's look at the starters for the Dakota Ridge Eagles, coming in at 11-0. You can see Kissinger, the attackman, part of a strong group of juniors that will get attention on future signing days. Those middies, Arfston, the heartbeat, the lead point producer, face-off specialist Luke McLean, and then that back end, Gines Gavin leading the way. You won't miss him. He's a rugby player and a D tackle. The starters for the Columbine Rebels. See Gabe Mean, he's going to be wearing the 99 instead of the number 37 he customarily wears. That is in tribute and recognition of what this date is about. April 20th, 1999, the date of the unfortunate massacre over at Columbine High School. Tanner Hollins, the outstanding athlete on the attack. Leinhardt, you won't miss, with the long hair on the face-off X. To the studs on defense, Tietman and Hardman, and then Gavin Beelman, the next level goaltender for the Columbine Rebels. So again, it's Columbine, ranked number 3 in the state, number 2 in the RPI, taking on the Dakota Ridge Eagles, ranked 9th in the state of Colorado, Class 5A, currently 14th in the RPI. I'm Marty Cesario, along with Phil Mildren, Peter Garcia, and the crew getting ready for some outstanding lacrosse. This is a Jeffco rivalry, a neighborhood battle. Dakota Ridge is undefeated, but this is a chance for them to validate what they are. They have never beaten Columbine as a lacrosse program, and right now they're going to have a chance as we get things going underway. Visual setup, wearing the blue up and down on the shirts, jerseys, and the lids. That is James Foote group of Dakota Ridge Eagles. Columbine is wearing the gray jerseys and shorts and the white helmets as Dylan Leinhardt, the face-off specialist, advances upfield left to right. So we settle in now for this Jeffco battle. This could be the final and most competitive test for each of these squads, who are trying to run the rest of the table in the schedule and win the Jefferson County Conference in 2018. Again, Columbine in gray with possession. If you're familiar with how they operate, they will take their time. Quick sticks, they handle the ball very quickly. They'll pass it around, reverse it, as you see right now. Already circled it around the horn once. Here they are doing it again. If they can get 90-second to 2-minute possessions, that fits within system. And you see a shot attempt coming away of the goaltender of Dakota Ridge, Alan Goddard, reads it well, and then it goes wide of him. Nearest is Gabe Mean, wearing the 99, and he'll start up play after the go whistle. Trying to get Tanner Hollins cutting to the near wing. That's off. Unforced error there. And Dakota Ridge now will try to clear wearing the all blue. There you see the windup and the go whistle. And they yield and send it back to their senior goaltender, Alan Goddard, who sends it up, and now the clear on foot, started off by Drew Eichelman. Takes a check from behind, and a great job by Eichelman getting across the midfield line. So we'll see the first possession getting established here for the Dakota Ridge Eagles. This broadcast brought to you in part by International Aviation Training and Services, Pan Am International Flight Academy, Clovis Point Capital, and on All Nippon Airways. We are live on Stream It Sports. Glad to have you along. This one could take a while, could be a long grind based on what we've seen from each of them through the course of this season. Undefeated Dakota with the ball, all in blue. Here's a shot attempt, sidearm release, and that goes way wide. Excellent defense. Stepping in is Andy Stash. By the way, a note, talked about Gabe Mean wearing the 99 this year. Last year was Andy Stash, who was honored to wear the 99 in 2017. Stash making a nice defensive play. Meanwhile, Dakota Ridge maintaining possession. They'll work it around. That's Eichelman looking for help. Yield. Back to Stewart. Reset up top to the top point producer for Dakota Ridge, Samuel Arfston. That's Arfston. Nice pass, and then a sidearm release. That's low, and it's picked up nicely. Saved by Gavin Beelman. There's Beelman with the ball, working with his D-men. And then Stash now clears. Good job by the defensive midi. Ball down, picked up nicely by Tyson Demgen. And Demgen trying to get through two defenders and able to make a nice connection on the clear with Ryan Kissinger. So Kissinger gets it up to Eichelman. Again, the strong part of the Dakota Ridge roster is those juniors. We're going to see a lot of guys who get offers and commits out of Dakota Ridge's junior class, the 2019s. Nobody in a hurry on our first looks as we've just begun the first quarter here, and we're just over 4 minutes into the opening period. Getting to the inside, Eichelman gets one past the defender, and eventually goes wide of the stick of Gavin Beelman. Closest is Dakota, and they'll keep it. Saw the haste on the part of Nathaniel Stewart to reset it to the point. Now we'll see what Arfston wants to do. Sam with the left-handed release. Snag out of the air. And another save by Gavin Beelman. So Beelman dialed in as expected. Future Westminster Griffin with a couple of saves here in the first quarter as we're 5 minutes in. Good backside help defensively, causing the ground ball. That defense was by Drew Eichelman, but nice recognition by Gabe Mean.
Timeout on the field.
Picks it up, left-hand cradle, and a timeout by his head coach.
After this, from the sidelines, concession stand.
We'll go ahead and take a break. No score on the clock. We're 5 minutes into this contest. Big battle in Jeffco, Class 5A Lacrosse on Stream It Sports.
A little food or drink to keep you.
No score, Trailblazers Stadium. Reactions and adjustments by the coaches. There's one of them, Henry Salzbacher, the first-year head man for the Columbine Rebels. It's a nice way to start if you want to win love in your community. Just one loss, and that's to the defending champions. Salzbacher, well respected in the lacrosse community in the state of Colorado. He's got a pretty strong staff, too, including Kyle Lambert, the O coordinator, who is, as I tweeted, keeps coming up during phone call conversations with head coaches not involved with Columbine. That's pretty impressive, and it caught my attention. Meanwhile, Salzbacher's Columbine Rebels nothing on the board, and neither do their opponents, Dakota Ridge, but the Rebels do have possession as we get things going here. Nick Darrow back down low to Mean, and we'll see what the Rebels can do here in a 0-0 contest between a couple of clubs that are collectively 19-1. Grossman feeds to the inside center slot. Good defense crashing in. Riley Fisher doing a nice job there.
Still Rebel ball.
Well, Rebels are going to keep it, but like the work of Riley Fisher, the junior D-man, who is the leader of the defense, one of those three-sport athletes for James Foote and Dakota Ridge. That negated what looked like a scoring chance coming up for the Rebels. Not the case, but fortunately, if you're a Columbine fan, they still have possession. Columbine in gray. There it is, and a shot and score. Gabe Mean with one on the board, and the Rebels have popped the court with a 1-0 lead off the goal score by Gabe Mean, 99 on this date. .607 first quarter. Gabe Mean, his first of the evening, and a 1-0 lead for the second-ranked Columbine Rebels. I didn't get a read on who issued that feed, but it was beautiful. Right on time. And Mean received it cleanly and put one on the board for the Columbine Rebels. Meanwhile, face-off win for Dakota. And we'll see if they can counter with a quick answer. James Foote and his crew probably not too concerned on how quickly they do counter, as long as they even it up. Well, that kind of fits my instincts. Mentioned earlier off the Mean goal, I didn't see who delivered the assist. I know what my instincts were. It's Nick Darrow with the helper. Darrow could probably have 30 goals on the board in the 2018 season, has been playing unselfishly, doing things like you just witnessed, delivering a pass to Gabe Mean and one on the board. Meanwhile, look at Dakota. Looks like they had it clicking for just a moment, then a missed exchange, and coming up with it on the ground ball, there's Brock Harmon, the senior captain. Gets help from his goaltender. Two-man keep away for a moment between Beelman and Harmon, and that fits. Brock Harmon, the future Colorado Mesa Maverick, doing a nice job stepping into the play. That D of Columbine forcing an empty possession. Now quickly they've cleared transition to the left side of your monitor with a 1-0 lead. Columbine in gray, looking to add another on the board. 7.5 minutes into the first quarter here at Trailblazers Stadium in Lakewood. Hollins bouncing around back there. Eventually the ball ends up in the cradle of Dakota Ridge's Riley Fisher. We'll see what the Eagles can do to clear. Dodge across the midline. Successful are the Eagles. Backside checks twice. Man down, shot coming, Beelman save, flag in the air.
Save the ground ball stopping play on a delayed
We'll have to
penalty.
wait the verdict by the official, who is off to the right of your camera. Here's the replay as Dakota was on the attack. The junior midi Eichelman
Penalty for a trip.
down to his belly. Call is tripling.
23 Brayton Hogan of Columbine.
Man up situation, first of the game for the Dakota Ridge Eagles. Looking to even this thing up. Advantageous position for Dakota Ridge. Down one, man up. Under 4 to play in the first quarter. 1-0 lead Columbine defending. And down a man. Center slot, there's a shot. Gavin Beelman save.
Just hit the
Stoppage in play.
ball to Columbine.
Stayed within the crease, so Beelman has it right now. There was a great opportunity for Dakota Ridge. Still a man down is Columbine as they cross the midline there. Good job by Mitchell Tiedemann getting across, but then Dakota awarded possession, which is why you hear all the Dakota Ridge fanatics reacting to that. So the guys in all blue still man up, down 1 on the scoreboard with under 3.5 to play in the first period. From home to center, shot, save. Beelman once again, ball still alive. And a great job blocking that attempted shot from the near side. Mitchell Tiedemann. Tiedemann took it to the face, put his hand up to his face mask, and he's going to stay out there. He's center of your screen, number 5. So a good job by Mitchell Tiedemann, the junior D-mid, stepping into the play.
Offsides on Columbine, a 30-second technical foul.
Right now,
number 10 will serve it
after an offsides penalty enforced against Columbine, we have a situation where Dakota Ridge, for just a few more seconds, 2 up, and actually now the release, so man up for just about 25 more seconds here. So still, extra man for Dakota Ridge, looking to even up this lacrosse game in the first period against the number 2 team in the state and their fierce Jeffco rivals. Low release, bounce attempts. Mr. Beelman dialed in back there on his cage with the save. Clear, Columbine, quickly, here they come. Tanner Hollins being trapped, looking for helpers, and eventually he finds one, and that is Colton Bedford. Pardon me, that is Andy Stash back there providing the help, so good recognition by Stash. For a moment, Hollins, a little bit of danger, but Columbine out of it. Put in their appropriate substitutions in the attacking zone, and I will see what the Rebels can do. Back to even strength for everybody, under 2 to play, 1-0 lead for the Columbine Rebels. Darrow, forced to the right. Nick releasing, shot, goal, Nick Darrow, and it is a 2-goal lead for the Columbine Rebels. There's 4-0, the future Mercer Bear, right side, all on his own, unassisted. Nick Darrow with the goal. Folks in Honolulu, Hawaii, pretty pleased as they're watching along. The Darrow family enjoying that. So, got people in Brazil who favor Gabe Mean. The Darrow family on the islands, pretty pleased with the first quarter so far. We like to keep track of our viewership. You can hit us on Twitter at StreamItSports. If you want to let us know what's up, I'm not afraid to shout you out. 1:42 first quarter, Nick Darrow scored his first, 2-0 lead. Columbine battle for the ball, chaos, scrum. Out coming with the ball is Braden Hogan. Good work by Braden Hogan, the sophomore D-mid. A winger helping out in the face-off situation, coming up with it. He gets love from his teammates once he got off the field. Mean with a check to the body, ball is loose. Dakota comes up with it. Advancing is Drew Eichelman. How about the play of Drew Eichelman so far in the first quarter? Called out number 12 quite often. Individual accolades meaningless to the guys out there on the field in both colors. 2-0 lead. Columbine defending. 35 seconds left in the first. Dakota down 2, ball down. GB picked up by Beelman. 30-yard pass, quick clear. Darrow to Mean, 2-on-1, looking for helpers. There's the shot, it's low, and a nice save on the part of Alan Goddard. Great read. Numbers were not in favor of the senior goaltender for Dakota, Alan Goddard, and he made the save. Ball downfield with under 5 to play. They're going to battle for it. And there is
The first quarter coming
the
to a
Y50
close,
siren.
Columbine 2, Dakota Ridge nothing.
And that'll finish up the first quarter of play. Pretty entertaining in this Jeffco battle between two top 10 teams. But Mean and Darrow have scored, and a 2-0 lead for the Rebels after one. Head coach James Foote for Dakota Ridge talking it out with his guys. His squad down 2, but definitely still in it. Seen some nice execution from the guys. James Foote, second-year head coach for Dakota Ridge. He's got some lacrosse pedigree. His most recent gig was at the college level at Central Florida. Also was an assistant at Rollins College. But his ties to the community, his original job coaching lacrosse was back in 2005 with the Arapahoe program. And Arapahoe, one of the perennial powerhouses in lacrosse in the state of Colorado. So even though Foote may be a Florida guy, he's got some distinct ties to Colorado. And by the way, we'll add to it, his brother has lived here for about 15 years. So that's how that all ties in. We joked when we had our midweek conversation. Hey, we all know once you get a taste here, I don't care if you leave 8 times, you're still coming back because it's just better in Colorado. We'll see what James Foote's Eagles can do down 2 in this game as we get ready to start up the second quarter. Goals by Gabe Mean and Nick Darrow. Mean at the 6:07 mark in the first quarter. Nick Darrow, 1:42 on the clock in the first quarter. And so the Rebels lead 2-0. Face-off X. Seen this last couple of games for Columbine. Sulzbacher giving Leinart a rest, and so Robert Connolly will be on the face-off X for the Rebels. McLean on the X, and it's Connolly. Does a nice job. Even though Columbine retreating, I think you'd have to call that a draw win for the Rebels. And look at that quick clear. Oh, a shot off the post. Another one coming Mean, and then a save by Alan Goddard. Scoring chances from the 8 twice by the Columbine Rebels. That was Darrow off the post, then Mean with the rebound, quickly releasing, and Goddard with the nice save. Meanwhile, man down, back in the offensive zone for Dakota, coming up with it. Nate Surd, the senior midi. See who can get that ball. Peyton Witters, senior D-man, back to Beelman. Up to Surd once again, and Surd will clear and set up the offense for the Rebels with a 2-goal lead here in the second quarter. We are just over 1 minute into the second here on Stream It Sports, live from Lakewood, Colorado, west side of the 5280. Denver, Colorado, Mile High City. Jeffco lacrosse action, 2 top 10 teams. Columbine has always been in the mix. Then the conversation of who's going to make it to the semis, perhaps Mile High Stadium in May for the championship. Dakota Ridge is the only undefeated team in the state of Colorado. But they know they need the validation stamp, and that would be a win over Columbine. Darrow up top. being harassed by the long pole. Boy, that's nice defense, and the crowd loves it. Big applause for Jake Eichelman, the long stick, the junior. See if they can convert the Jake Eichelman takeaway. Not the case. More good defense by senior captain Brock Harmon. Ball out of bounds. Possession awarded. Dakota Ridge down 2 goals in the game. 2.5 minutes into the second period. Columbine in the gray, defending. Ball down again. That stick is quick on the part of Brock Harmon every time the ball hits the turf, and that is Harmon. Long pole release. How about that one-handed receive at the midline by Andy Stash? Here's Mean. The future Utah Ute. Missed exchange with Tanner Hollins. Ball's out.
It'll be Dakota ball.
Unforced error. Possession, Dakota Ridge. You can see that pressure. Hollins, Mean, not going anywhere. Attackers gonna make you work to clear. And a smart lacrosse move. Send it to Goddard, the goaltender. And that'll get the defense to backpedal. Near wing, left-hand cradle. Good job staying up on his pins. One defender down. Good work by Drew Eichelman. Eichelman leads by his actions. Well, he didn't have to say anything there. He looked good. Now Dakota's going to set up. Down 2, the Eagles advancing. Shot towards Bielman, and that goes over the top of the crossbar. No save for Gavin Bielman. He's going to seal this near side as Dakota's going to keep possession. Kissinger. And eventually back up top, Arfston. Arfston, dodge, absorbs the contact. No angle to release it, and then he's doubled. So back home to the X spot. Center cutter, dropped to the ground. Good backside defense physically on the part of Mitchell Tiedemann. So the Rebels doing a nice job getting out of danger there. Looked like Dakota was clicking in the attacking zone, as you see the replay there. Right wing getting on the doorstep, but Stash knocking the attacker down. Rebels looking like they might release, not the case. Just over 7 minutes remaining. 2-0 lead, Columbine with possession. This Lax broadcast supported by Pan Am International Flight Academy and Clovis Point Capital. Shot coming from the top. The bounce attempt too shallow. Then off to the right side of the goaltender, Alan Goddard. Hollins shielding, spins. Long pole got in the way of that attempted pass over to Mean. The crowd reacted as if someone yelled pull. And the skeet went out of bounds. And Dakota has possession again. Guess who's jumping on the ball? The GB again picked up by Brock Harmon. Called his name out along with Mitchell Tiedemann. Those are two catalysts for a great defense that allows just 4.5 goals a game roughly. Also, just because I don't mind giving young guys a hard time, they're two of the wackiest kids you'll ever see on a lacrosse field, and that is intel from their head coach. So. But it just fits their character as two of the defensive leaders, and that's a big part of the story of Columbine this year. They have only allowed more than 6 goals one time in 2018, and that was that 11-9 loss to the defending champions. Whistle blown before that shot attempt by Andy Stash, and Dakota will get possession. Again, glad to have you here, whether you're local, doing intel on one of these programs, if they're coming up on your schedule, or future playoff scheduling, or if your uncle, grandmama, friends, family outside the rectangle state, just getting a good peek at these two squads because you're connected to either the programs or the young men who are playing. Glad to have you here. Hope you're enjoying the work of Phil Mildren, Peter Garcia, and their crew, because I'm confident in letting our work do the talking. You're enjoying some excellent online digital television. And again, it's supported by Pan Am International Flight Academy, Clovis Point Capital, and All Nippon Airways. Nick Darrow coming up with it. Crowd getting a little antsy in the seats. Darrow's going to shoot, but there's another nice save by Goddard in the cage. We know this, just 2 goals on the board here with about 4.5 left in the first half. Both goaltenders, they look good on the TV, whether it be digital or otherwise. Beelman strong for Columbine. Goddard, you just watched him make another save. Goddard, who spent all but 1 minute in net this season for Dakota Ridge. Again, reacting to another Columbine shot coming off the stick of senior midi Nate Surd. That's wide. Rebels keep possession. Mean using the backside, looking for a helper or a cutter. Columbine will reset. Andy Stash. Dodge to the right. Ooh, ankle breaker. Down the middle. Nick Darrow with the goal. That's going to look good on the highlight reel. Starting with the point up top.
Second goal of the game for Darrow.
Nick Darrow. And here, look at Stash. He left a defender who collapsed. Found Nick Darrow coming in from the far wing. Quick stick. Rapid shot. Nick Darrow with 2 goals in this game. 3:55 mark. Second quarter. Nick Darrow, his second. Columbine with a 3-0 lead with under 4 to play in the second. Face-off win, Leinhardt. And ball trickles out of bounds.
The bounds to Dakota.
Missed opportunity there with momentum. One of the beautiful components of the sport of lacrosse. It's make it, take it. You score a goal, then go win the face-off. You can keep piling it on. Not the case after the win by Dillon. Unforced error, and you see Dakota advancing. Looking for the first goal of the game. Left-hand release on the spin dodge. That was too wide, but good reaction by the Eagles. They're going to keep possession. Center, shot, save, Beelman.
Beelman saves and covers.
Mr. Beelman still pitching a shutout in the first half against the number 9 team in the state. Under 3 to play, second quarter, 3-0 lead. Columbine. Darrow driving, no pardon me, that is the very active David Dooley. Cycle the ball around to Gabe Mean. Meeking. Mean finds the cutter, and you get a goal by Leo Grossman.
By number 7, Leo Grossman from 99, Gabe Mean.
Mean has scored, and Mean has fed, and there's the replay. Across to the far side wing, and Leo Grossman puts it in net. 2:27 mark, second quarter. Leo Grossman scores the 4th goal of the game, his first of this contest, and it's a 4-0 lead for the Columbine Rebels. Trailblazers Stadium, Lakewood, Colorado. We are live on Stream It Sports. Those guys wearing the gray just collected another goal by that young man wearing the number 7, Leo Grossman, at the 2:27 mark in the second quarter. 4-0 lead now for the number 2 Columbine Rebels. We'll add to that story. Leo Grossman in Columbine's most recent game, which was a big win over Lakewood, a team that only had one loss. Grossman visibly looked like he was hobbling. I talked to head coach Henry Salzbacher. Said, no, Leo's fine. Like, well, I was just worried about him because Leo has that great story where young man has missed not 1 but 2 years with ACL injuries. Here he's fought back to play in his junior season, and well, he just put one on the board here on global television on Stream It Sports. So Grossman scored, 4-0 lead, face-off win Dakota. Work to do for the Eagles. And eventually chasing down the GB is Gabe Mean, again wearing that 99 in respect to this date, April 20th, which is certainly relevant to the community of Columbine High School and everyone in Jefferson County. Another shot attempt. I think that's good defense, keeping the ball away from Alan Goddard. Possession's going to be awarded to the Eagles, which is why you see long pole Riley Fisher chase after it. I mentioned Riley Fisher, who's one of those outstanding juniors for Dakota Ridge. You want a side note, just because we do our homework? His father thought it was a nice campaign last year for his 50th year of living on the planet. His goal was to hike Mount Morrison 50 times. He did that, and I think he got up to 75 times summiting Mount Morrison. So the genes are right for young man Riley Fisher. Shout to you, Brian, by the way. Just gave you a nod. Right now, the Fishers, the Eagles, the Dakota family, looking to defend here and get one on the board before the halftime intermission. Chaos at the midline. Nice reaction and hustle on the part of Samuel Arfston. That's Arfston cradling, flag up and down right there. 2 of them center of your screen, 3 of them on the turf. And so that would indicate, Captain Obvious, that we are going to have a penalty coming up. Finally, the whistles.
Before the save by Bielman, as there are 3 flags. Triple barrel dirty laundry on the field.
Hashtag triple barrel, you might have heard over the crowd mics through the PA of Devin Robb. Under 50 seconds left. Quick discussion by the officiating crew.
1 minute slash will be served by number 10, Andy Sesh for Columbine.
So for the second time in the first half, a man-up situation for Dakota Ridge. Stash with the slash. And we shall see if Dakota can gash the twine of Columbine. But they got to get through Gavin Bielman, who right now has yielded a goose egg. Both Bielman in cage and the defenders in front of him. Again, man advantage, Dakota Ridge down 4 in the first half to number 2 Columbine. Good patience by the Eagles. Right wing, back up top. See those Rebels collapse down low. Low to high shot attempt, wide of Bielman, nearest Dakota. They're going to keep it with 12 seconds on the clock. And now we're going to have a timeout called Dakota by James Foote and the Dakota Ridge Eagles. We will keep it right here. Again, the opportunity to show these guys in all their glory from both teams, supported by Clovis Point Capital, private equity funding seeking buyout and growth equity investments in U.S.-based lower mid-market companies, and also by Pan Am International Flight Academy, training support for airlines and aviation professionals with an instruction heritage rooted to the earliest days of airline flight training. So you see the replay of the shot attempt. Wide through the crease, right in front of Bielman. That came off the, I believe it was an 11, Gage Evans, the junior. Now we'll come back out and get a shot at the units separated. And the Rebels going to talk it out how they will approach defending man down with 12 seconds left. There's the head coach, Henry Salzbacher, coming back over to the group on the right side of your screen. Again, you can hit the production crew on Twitter at Stream It Sports. Try to find me at Marty Cesario. I can take a hit if you want to troll me. Sorry. Not afraid to admit I get excited. It's fun to watch these guys play. They've earned the opportunity to be here in this situation on the digital television on the planet Earth. Look at the broadcast schedule. We're through 2, about halfway through the third one on the Trailblazer Lac series. Columbine with a 4-goal lead, 5 seconds left. Looks like the Eagles are going to run it out, head into the halftime break here. So after the timeout, really not much happening. 2 goals by Nick Garrow. Gabe Mean has a goal and an assist. And the most recent tally by Leo Grossman, 4-0 lead for Columbine in this battle of top 10s in Jeffco. Halftime here in Lakewood.
Want to be part of the next Post Preps TV broadcast? Pull out those phones. If you've got video of an amazing high school sports highlight, we want to see it. Send it to us and you could be featured in the social spotlight segment of Post Preps TV. Tweet it to us at Post Preps or at Kyle Newman DP, or send us a message on our Facebook page. Your clip might make the cut and be featured on the next episode of Post Preps TV. Colorado's news, wherever you are, whenever you want it. Watch it online 24/7, denverpost.com/DPTV.
There comes a time in every athlete's life when their participation in sports is coming to an end, and so officiating is a way to stay involved.
The day I started officiating is just as fun as now.
When I'm officiating, making decisions, a decision that's instantaneous, for me there's no greater feeling.
I became an official because I wanted to give back.
Get off the couch and get into the game.
Become an official.
Have you checked the latest Colorado Preps Power Rankings? They're released weekly at denverpost.com/preps. Again, that's denverpost.com/preps.
Don't want to miss any of our Post-Preps TV broadcasts? Like us on Facebook and turn on page notifications at facebook.com/postpreps.
Second half underway as we look at our schedule on Stream It Sports. The Trailblazer Rebel Axe series. You can watch any of the games on Stream It Sports via on demand. Just go to streamitsports.com and watch it on the native platform, or you can go to YouTube. But you can see Columbine with victories over Chatfield. They lost to Cherry Creek. Here we are live once again in Lakewood with about 30 seconds into the second half. The Rebels, number 2 in the state, have a 4-goal lead on the 9th-ranked team, Dakota Ridge. Visual reset, Columbine Rebels. 8-1 on the year. Ranked second, also number 2 in the RPI, have a 4-goal lead. 2 in the first quarter, 2 in the second, 2 from Nick Darrow, and then 1 each from Gabe Neen and Leo Grossman. Dakota Ridge, the only undefeated team in the state of Colorado. Quoting their head coach, James Foote, recognizing what the scheduling has shown is Dakota Ridge wearing all blue, having a lengthy possession, getting a shot off, and that one's wide. Good job by Peyton Winters, the senior D-man, getting in the way of that shot attempt. Dakota's going to keep it, but James Foote, quoting him, he said, really, it's not a rivalry until you can beat them. In the history of the program, it's been 7 years now Dakota Ridge has had a lacrosse programs. They have never been able to gain a victory against the Columbine Rebels. Glad to have you here, both on Stream It Sports and also much love to Denver Post Preps for placing this broadcast on their Facebook platform. We appreciate Kyle, Daniel, and the Denver Post crew for allowing the opportunity for people to witness these two really good lacrosse teams battle against each other in Lakewood. Gabe Mean knocked down. Forceful defense on the part of Charlie Offerdahl. Well, that fits because you don't see the raindrops in high definition. Shot attempt from up top, long stick, Riley Fisher. But it has opened up and started raining out here. Still 50 degrees and warm, so we have not converted to a winter mix. It's been an ominous forecast all week long. We were good to go starting off this game. Both teams warming up in shorts. But the rain has picked up. Umbrellas are out underneath us as Dakota Ridge trying to get one in. That's wide of the goaltender Gavin Beelman. And Dakota is going to again keep possession. Carson Langfield, the junior attack, gets a quick go whistle, and there he is, getting home. Now sending it to the far side. Good weave, cycling it around by Dakota. Ground ball, ooh, nice dodge. Looking for a cutter. Nobody there to help Ryan Kissinger. The Eagles have gotten shots off and threatened the crease in the cage. Beelman has made outstanding saves for Columbine in net. There's one up front, save again on cue. Gavin Beelman. Like the Gatto, quick reaction. Beelman finds the ball. Shot off the crossbar, Columbine. A good hustle to run down the ball are the Dakota Ridge Eagles. Nice spin, evading traffic. Tyson Demjen. Tyson loses pole and ball.
There is a flag down.
Flag on the field and a few moans in the stands. There's an indicator. You can see the head official has pulled up his hood, has the rain gear on. Just kind of annoying spitting mist out there. Cross check, 1 minute. Third time in the game that Dakota Ridge will be man up. Crowd with their own opinions. Dakota Ridge is happy. Again, man advantage for Dakota Ridge for a full 60 seconds after a slashing call. Dakota Ridge all in blue with possession, trailing by 4. Columbine settled back, man down, defending. A team that has allowed an average of 4.5 goals all year long has right now yielded 0 on the board. Meanwhile, scoring-wise, Dakota Ridge is a team that has scored 10-plus goals in 9 out of their 11 contests. There's a shot release. Sidearm coming off the stick of Samuel Arfston. Sam, the motor of the team, he'll be playing next year at the University of Indianapolis. D2 ball on the agenda for Mr. Arfston. Right now, immediate concern for Arfston and Dakota. Put one in. Here they come. Top right corner. And he couldn't get it to come down. That was a shot release on the part of Eichelman. Drew Eichelman, first line midi, getting a shot off, but it didn't go through. Eichelman, Drew, and Jake are twins on the Dakota squad. There's a good battle for a ground ball, and Columbine's going to come out with it. Look at that hustle, advance, clear, on foot. Columbine, nice work. Braden Hogan, sophomore D-mid. Hollins looking for help. Grossman, he has it with some time. That'll allow Henry Salzbacher to get Jackson Trail on the field. That's number 2. Bouncing around across the way was David Dooley for a moment on screen. Now back home, Gabe Mean, who has an assist and a goal in this game, wearing the 99 to respect the Columbine community. That is Gabe Mean, who usually wears 37. Honored with the opportunity to wear 99 to indicate April 20th, 1999. This team has a 4-goal lead on this date in a very big lacrosse game between a couple of top 10 teams. Roughly 4.5 left, third quarter. 4-goal lead for Columbine, wearing the gray. Looking for their 9th victory of the season and making another statement in the Jefferson County Conference. Another flag up. And you see the reaction of one of the Dakota Ridge Eagles right at center screen for the first time in this game. It'll be Columbine with the man advantage.
Dakota Ridge penalty, number 18, Jake Eichelman, 1 minute, illegal body check.
Eichelman to the body, 60 seconds. He'll be on one knee. Columbine, 4-goal lead, man up for a full minute with about 4:15 left in the third quarter. So far, another showing of completeness by the Columbine Rebels. Center cutter, Gabe Mean puts it through.
99,
Assist
Gabe Mean,
from Nick
cutters for
Darrow.
Columbine, that's his second from number 40, Nick Darrow.
For the second time in this game, two next-level players exchanging, resulting in a Gabe Mean goal. 3:58 mark, third quarter, man up. Gabe Mean, his second. Assisted by Nick Darrow. 5-0 lead, Columbine Rebels. Face off. Leinart. Dylan wins it. Females in the crowd pleased by the work of Dylan. That's mom, by the way. It's just my guess. Kid's just a sophomore. Talk around the lacrosse community. I mean, guy's a monster, and then of course he has the hair that catches attention. Like a sophomore player. As you see him move off the screen to the right. So one of the first line mids can come in. 5-0 lead, ball down, and a good reaction on the part of Jake Eichelman. Pressure by Columbine. Getting the ball back, Taylor Gustafson. So a junior pressuring, disallowing the clear by Dakota after their own takeaway. Gustafson gets it, and you see the reset in the attacking zone for the Rebels with a 5-goal lead, under 3 to play in the third. There's Tanner Hollins. Hollins shoots.
There's a whistle.
Tough
and
angle,
ball
a
to
whistle
Dakota.
blown before the release of Hollins. So really not much threat for Alan Goddard, still made the save. A little more lighting on your monitor now, because the rain has settled down. Seems like the sky has opened up. Still 50 degrees.
Ball to
Stadium
Columbine.
lights are on at 4:39 p.m. Mountain Time. Again, the forecasts everybody's been monitoring throughout the week. We've had forecasts ranging from Armageddon coming to, okay, maybe not so much. And we started out the contest here, 54 degrees at the opening faceoff, and it hasn't been bad. Second half, just about the start of the third quarter, started raining and really picking up, and now it's settled down a bit. Hollins working against two defenders, sends it back up. Darrow, shoulder release, left hand. Darrow receive, quick stick, saved by Goddard. And look at that quick clear. Here comes Dakota. 4-on-3, Dakota Ridge looking to put their first on the board. They find a center cutter, and well, that's great reaction defense by the Rebels. See if I can pick up a number. And how many times have I called Andy Stash's name? Goal score for Columbine, Taylor Gustafson.
Number 34 from number 11, Patrick Stottlemyre.
That all started with the defensive play of Andy Stash back on the other end. And then beautiful lacrosse, minimal steps, all catch and release. And then there's the replay of Taylor Gustafson, open net. Beat the reaction of the goaltender. Gustafson, his first of the night at the 1:24 mark of third quarter. And now a 6-0 advantage for the Columbine Rebels.
Dakota will have it.
Two goals by Gabe Mean, two by Nick Darrow, one each Leo Grossman, and as you just saw, Taylor Gustafson. 6-0 advantage for the Columbine Rebels. 70 seconds remaining, third quarter. Dakota taking a shot before the receive. Ball down, and Columbine able to get it, and of course it's Andy Stash coming up with it. Rebels pushing quickly once again. Crowd looking for shots. Rebels looking for wins, and right now they're up 6 in this one. Working with it, Patrick Stottlemyre. Eventually back around to Grossman. Checking in David Dooley. Here comes Gabe Mean with momentum. There's a shot, and what a beautiful place. A hat trick in this game, wearing the 99, Gabe Mean. As you get a nice tight shot, and now the replay. That was impressive, systematic. Gabe Mean just checked in. His teammates recognized him, fed him with momentum coming in. And then upper right corner. Gabe was playing darts. That was triple 20s to win by Gabe Mean. 7-0 advantage for the Columbine Rebels. 17-second mark, Gabe Mean, his third in the third quarter.
All the Columbine.
Two men down. Contact as Dooley steps in. Tick, tick, tick. That's the end of the third.
Third quarter coming to a close. The fourth quarter.
So the Rebels came out of the halftime intermission
7, Dakota Ridge
and
nothing.
put 3 on the board. 2 by Gabe Mean, 1 by Taylor Gustafson. Columbine in command. Fourth quarter coming up.
After playing the game for many years, and I decided I could either watch from the couch or get on the field and become part of the game.
I became a judge because it was a natural transition from being a gymnast to coach, now judge.
I love the large crowds, the excitement of the game, and you know what? I got the best seat in the house.
Help these kids. Help this community. Become an official.
Robert Connolly standing at the face-off X, waiting to battle with Luke McLean, the face-off specialist for Dakota Ridge. 7-0 lead for Columbine in this battle of top tens and Jeffco rivals. Think of this, and this week, with an opportunity for statements to be made, Columbine just 2 days ago played Lakewood, a one-loss squad, and won 15-2. Here, they're playing undefeated Dakota Ridge. So if you put the easy math together, collectively, Columbine 22-2 in 7 quarters against their top 2 challenges in the Jefferson County Conference. Still 11.5 minutes to play. As you see, one of the sticks down. Samuel Arfston collects his pole. Columbine clearing. Nice reaction, as there is one man down right there at the midline off screen, and Dakota's going to advance. Gavin Beal with another save.
There is
and there's an injured player.
And an injury timeout.
That's Jake Hinson, the senior
Number 27, Jake Hinson, the
defenseman.
injured Columbine
And then you
player.
see the save by Beelman. That was a one-on-one situation, a doorstep release by Jacoby Villamaria. As you see, once again, a nice tight shot of Jake Hinson. Hand claps for him coming off. Healthy wishes for number 27. Hate to see that. Columbine's had a few of those injuries to the lower body. Talked about Leo Grossman and his 2 ACLs that made him miss 2 years. Robert Miner is a good story. He's going to be playing at Belmont Abbey in North Carolina. Just had surgery yesterday. That was upper body, a shoulder tear. He's out there just supporting his team. He will no longer be available. He was a first-line midi, but Robert Miner will not play the rest of the season for Columbine. All ties back to that visual of Jake Hinson coming off the field. We wish him the best. Meanwhile, Alan Goddard feeding Gavin Gines. How about Gines? 3-sport athlete, plays rugby, and he's a defensive tackle. And go ahead, try to attack him. Taking contact is number 4.
By Dakota Ridge.
And a timeout called as Gines tried to clear. And so we'll go ahead and eavesdrop. You can read the nonverbal as James Foote, with the gray cap on and the blue tech hoodie, addresses his squad. A lot of work to do with 10.5 left in this lacrosse contest in Lakewood, Colorado. Coach Foote knew where they were at. Talking about an 11-0 squad, well aware of the scheduling. They hadn't had a test yet with the likes of a program like Columbine. I did the math. So far, the schedules, in terms of opponents for Dakota Ridge, the teams they've beaten so far, a collective 38-77. Only one team at or above 500 in terms of a record. Coach Foote knows, he said himself, if I can quote him, he knows we've got a target on our backs as the last undefeated team in the state, and nobody really thinks we're legit. So they had an opportunity to validate themselves, and right now Columbine has clearly had the upper hand with a 7-0 lead here in the 4th quarter. Glad to have you here on Stream It Sports. This broadcast supported in part by Pan Am International Flight Academy, along with All Nippon Airwaves from the United States to Japan and all of Asia, All Nippon Airways. Also supporting sponsors Clovis Point Capital and International Aviation Training and Services, which, by the way, is located in Denver in the old Stapleton neighborhood. The Rebels have taken flight with 7 goals in this game. Gavin Bielman has been outstanding in net, as you see him there guarding crease and getting help from defenders very quickly and forcefully. Still 0 on the board for Dakota. There's a shot, and it's above the head of Bielman and over the crossbar. Quickly, Carson Langfield going to start things up along with Ryan Kissinger, and we'll see what the Eagles can do here. .220 roughly into the final period. Dakota taking their time. Good hard defense. Mitchell Tiedemann doing a great job there. That shot low to high,
there is a penalty.
And again over Bielman. And we're gonna have another penalty. For the 4th time in the contest, Dakota will be man up.
Penalty for a push.
Clearly, as you know, you can see the score.
30 seconds,
the Eagles have
foul.
yet to score in special teams situations. So man advantage once again for the Dakota Ridge Eagles. Get one and move from there, step by step, right? Reset to the point. Work it around. Nice job reversing the ball and better defense, forcing the ground ball. Credit to Andreas Lucero. And eventually Dakota Ridge chases down the loose ball and they'll keep possession. Still man up Dakota Ridge. 0 shot attempts yet in this 60-second man up. Oh, hard contact, trailing Nick Darrow.
Delayed penalty, that on ball stops play.
So Mitchell Tiedemann released, and immediately Darrow to one knee. And right there, stepping into the picture, Nick Darrow. And a clarification, the flag picked up by the officials, so it'll be even strength. So we've lost momentum and control for just a moment. This officiating crew has done an outstanding job as we take a peek at Jake Hinson, who will not return to this game. That's the indication there, the way he's seated with one leg up. Getting some love from his teammates, Robert Connolly, Dylan Leinhardt. Long way to go for Columbine in their season. High expectations. The Rebels certainly in the conversation of being one of the top 5 or 6 teams that could make semifinals and perhaps Mile High Stadium for the championship game. Right now looking good. 4 minutes into the 4th quarter as Gabe Mean with 2 goals in the game goes back to the X spot. And now the Rebels will work it around. Gustafson, Darrow. So you've seen 3 goal scorers with touches. Now back to the near side. Nate Surd. Playing a 2-man game, uses the screen of Andy Stash. Stash has been outstanding with defensive effort. Right up front, Gustafson. Gustafson with 2 bounces off the turf, tried to quick stick that and shove it towards the cage, but great reaction on the part of Dakota Ridge defensively to get the ball. Trap on the run and the clear, ball down, but Dakota comes out with it. Arfston gets out of trouble, here he is. Give and go. But that was denied. Credit the defense of Brock Harmon.
It'll be Columbine ball.
Thought for sure that was coming back to Sam Arfston. But a great read defensively by the senior D-man, the captain, Brock Harmon.
Out to Dakota.
With under 7 to play in this contest, I'm having a hard time controlling myself from issuing the broadcaster's jinx, but you see the score bug, right? I don't know when the last time I've seen a game finish with one of those up on the board. I'm just not going to say it. Or maybe if you're a Dakota fan, you'd like me to. There's a shot. Nope, it's not going to be the case.
Dakota Ridge 16. Jacoby Villamaria.
Just a hint of it. Gives good juju to Jacoby Villamaria. The junior attack puts one through for the first time in the day. Gavin Bielman solved in the cage. And there's Dakota Ridge with their first goal of the game. 6:08 mark. As you look at the replay, left hand release. Right side. From the shooter's point of view, Jacoby Villamaria gets one on the board for the Dakota Ridge Eagles. I'll have to source the crew. That's on me, right? I said it. Now in this case, probably won't take too much heat from the Columbine community, considering they're in a pretty good position right now. Again, scoring summary, 5:53 third quarter, Jacoby Villamaria, first goal, Dakota Ridge, still down 6. Meanwhile, Mean working with it, sending it back up top to Dooley. Grossman over the top, taken down at the knees. Dakota Ridge, tough defense, feeling good right now, except the trap. Backhand pass to the long pole, that works. Cody Heston eventually gets it. Long clear attempt, ground ball, chase it, everybody.
20 seconds.
Five minutes left. So Dakota Ridge looking crisp with a little spring in their step after the Jacoby Villamaria goal. About a minute and a half ago, their first of the game. Now bouncing around is Sam Arfston. Ooh, good work, a roll there. Over to the near side. Ooh, and a nifty shot there. Kind of a wraparound.
Still Dakota ball.
Coming off the stick of Drew Eichelman against some very tough defense applied by Andreas Lucero, the sophomore D. Dakota keeps it, center feed. That's through. Everybody at the midline waiting, but good hustle to chase it down. It's Gage Evans. Can Dakota get 2 in a row in the fourth quarter here with under 4 to play? Ooh, doorstep shot, that's coming. Boy, a lot of contact, ball down, and a flag is 2.
Flag is come out.
And we have a stoppage in play. So will this be another man advantage situation for Dakota Ridge? And I believe it will. As
technical foul
one of the Lax moms
3.
offers her input through the crowd mics. So we look at the replay here and all the contact. There it is, cross-check to the left shoulder of Jake Eichelman down there in front of the crease on the left side of Beelman. So 60-second man advantage, Dakota Ridge. They've scored the most recent goal at 5:53, 2 minutes ago. Ball mishandled. Mitchell Tiedman trying to get out with it. Was knocked through. Brock Harmon. How about Harmon and Tiedman make an impact there on non-scoring plays to help their team?
Timeout Columbine.
And a timeout called with under 3.5 to play. Henry Salzbacher and the Rebels want to take a break and reset. Get a look at Gabe Mean right there wearing that 99. He's got 2 goals and a couple of feeders. Gabe almost seemed like he was looking up through Peter's camera. And we'll go ahead and take a break. Dakota's scored the most recent tally, but still Rebels up 6.
Want to be part of the next Post Preps TV broadcast? Pull out those phones. If you've got video of an amazing high school sports highlight, we want to see it. Send it to us so you could be featured in the social spotlight segment of Post Preps TV. Tweet it to us at Post Preps or at Kyle Newman DP, or send us a message on our Facebook page. Your clip might make the cut and be featured on the next episode of Post Preps TV. Colorado's news, wherever you are, whenever you want it. Watch it online 24/7, denverpost.com/DPTV.
Back to live play here, 4th quarter action. About 3 minutes left in this battle of top 10s in the Jeffco Conference. Seen a lot of that here in this 4th quarter. Contact, ball down. Gabe Mean comes up with it, and he'll send it back up to Andy Stash. Over this way. Nate Surd getting doubled, getting popped, checked repeatedly, ball down. Crowd doesn't like all that body contact, but hey man, that's lax. And Dakota with the takeaway there. Rebels not too concerned with a 6-goal lead. And another takeaway. We'll see on this rush here, what can the Rebels do? And looks like Patrick Stottlemyre is playing safe, just looking for help. Stottlemyre sent down, and eventually a flag is going to drop. So a delayed penalty here as Stottlemyre repeatedly taking contact. That was like Gulliver and the Lilliputians. The big giant just standing there repeatedly getting peppered, and eventually the whistle blown. There's a replay of it. Sent to his knees, Stottlemyre. Ball still live there, delayed penalty. You see in the right side of the screen. 2 men just attacking Stottlemyre. Nice toughness on the part of number 11.
1 minute slash. There's also a push penalty, so there's a minute slash, 30-second technical foul.
Well, 2:20 left on the clock.
And number 7, Sam Arpston serving
And
the
it'll be
penalties for Dakota Ridge.
Man advantage for the Columbine Rebels. In a game where there was proof to be made, Columbine started this game with a 7-goal lead. They yielded one here in the second half, and the 4th quarter just about 4 minutes ago. But still in a great position. 6-goal spread, and now they're man up. Just kind of reverse the ball around. Mean inside Gustafson, and good reaction by the defense. The interior, Gavin Gines. Looked like Gines took that ball and the shot attempt to the gut. It's not going to affect him. Gines is a tough guy. Darrow. Not a clean receive. Bounce attempt. Read well on the part of Alan Goddard. Senior goaltender making the save. Ball stays down. Dakota still man up. Nate Surge stepping in front of it.
There's a whistle and a flag down.
And I misspoke. Columbine is in the man up right now with 80 seconds left. And now a Rebel will take a knee.
Penalty number 20, Tanner Hollins at Columbine, 1 minute in length.
What a performance by Columbine's defense. Beelman and the guys in front of him, including Tiedman and Hogan. Twice this season, they've yielded 2 goals. 2 times, they've allowed 3. Twice, they've let 4 go through. Here in this game, playing a top 10 team that is the only undefeated team in the state currently, the Rebels have allowed just 1 goal on the board. This was a chance for Dakota to prove themselves, validate their resume in 2018. Instead, Columbine has dominated and shown why they've been annually one of the powerhouses in the state of Colorado. Meanwhile, Dakota looking to take a shot, and they put one through. Boy, what a great piece of work on the part of Drew Eichelman, the junior midi. High cradle, brings it down, send one through, hits the turf and solves Beelman. There's the replay. Eichelman working against 2 defenders. Just a jet burst in front of those 2 guys and able to skid one off the wet turf. Another goal on the board for the Dakota Ridge Eagles. 48-second mark, 4th quarter. We're going to mark it down as an Eichelman goal. They're still discussing it. And Dakota Ridge keeps possession. We're still under a minute to play here. Barring something miraculous, we're going to know the outcome here. The rain has really picked up. You can't quite get the definition unless you really look closely. It is raining pretty hard now in the final seconds of this contest. Eichelman has just scored. That's going to stay on the board. There he is again, looking to get one off. Attacked by Darrow, helping out the defense. Flag falling down with 15 seconds left.
And there is a flag.
Good job by Cody Heston also playing some D.
One minute cross check served by number 40, Nick Darrow of Columbine.
Well, the last 2 goals put up on the board have been scored by Dakota Ridge. Still a lot more season to go here for both of these squads. Dakota Ridge next will play at Heritage. Then they've got BC, Lewis Palmer, and Chatfield in Jeffco play. Columbine finishes up with a big victory on the 420 on Columbine Remembrance Day.
Here thanking all of you for braving some rain and cold with us. Those who are leaving, we hope you enjoy.
Gabe Mean with the hat trick, wearing the 99 on this date, April 20th.
Nick
Darrow with 2 goals.
We do ask
The Columbine
fans to
Rebels
please stay
with
off
a
the field as you
7-2
go to make your
victory.
favorite players
As you look at
and/or exit the premises.
the Rebels grouping up
We again thank you all
to
for coming.
confidently celebrate
See it some
after
of
a
you down
huge
the
win
road,
over a
others of you
Jeffco rival.
at
Henry
5:30.
Salzbacher, head
Sideline
coach, and his
concession
crew
stand open for all
have been
fans.
pretty pleased
And
with their
let us
effort.
never
Next
forget
opponent for the Eagles and
Columbine
James
shootings
Foote.
19 years
They
ago
will take
today.
on the BC Bears. And for the Columbine Rebels, their next broadcast will be against Wheat Ridge, and that will be coming up on May 4th. They got a big one 2 days before that against the #1 team in the state, the Regis Raiders. Again, hat trick by Mean, wearing the 99. 2 goals by Nick Darrow. Also scores by Leo Grossman and Taylor Gustafson. After starting out 7-0, the Rebels finish up with a 7-2 victory. They move to 9-1 overall on the season, 4-0 in the Jeffco Conference. Want to thank our participating sponsors: International Aviation Training and Services, Clovis Point Capital, Pan Am International Flight Academy, and All Nippon Airwaves. You can't stop the production of Phil Mildren and Peter Garcia and their crew with the SIS. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Again, final score, Columbine wins 7-2. I'm Marty Cesario. Good night from Lakewood, Colorado.